What is good, Storm fans? I am Bryant Cook, and tonight I am joined by the one, the only Eternal Weekend champion for a little bit longer, Alex McKinley. What's up?
Hey Brian, how's it going?
Not too bad. So, for those of you unaware, Alex is the brains behind the Epic Storm, helps me a lot with deck building and talking me off of a ledge. So, in front of you is the Epic Storm 13.4. This is not what we're playing tonight. This is the stock version that we would recommend to all of you that watch the channel, that sort of thing. That said, I recorded a video last week that you can see the deck list here, but also definitely go check out that video on the card above. And this video, I think the deck overperformed. Like, there was a lot of really strong things happening with this deck list. So at the end, I talk about some possible changes. Today we're trying a sort of hybrid list featuring triple Echo of Aeons. So Alex, I've been monopolizing the airwaves right now. What do you think of the deck list in front of you?
It's certainly different, right? No Ad Nauseam is a stock feature of the Epic Storm. Might even say the defining feature, and it's sometimes good to move away from defining features as new printings come out. It's possible that this kind of drawing cards or pitch long style deck with triple relay, triple echo, and we're just chock full of action all the time. Instead of picking a more precision spot, we just have all of our engines all of the time is better. And I'm interested to see what happens here.
Yeah, one thing about this Rakdos relay video that I made is you needed a lot less resources in order to win because Echo just needs Lion's Eye Diamond. Galvanic Relay just needs 3 mana. With this list here, we get to do that same thing. And when we look at this deck list that I recorded with last week, there's a main deck copy of Tendrils right here and an Ave Progenitor Ooze. Those cards literally never came up. The real thing about this deck list that I thought was successful was 3 relay, 3 echo main deck. And now we're just putting it in a more classic TES shell where we have Veil of Summer, which may or may not work better with Echo of Aeons. And I don't know, I think it's interesting to think about. And one thing that I struggle with. So Alex and I are both a part of the Storm community. We manage the Discord. That link is in the description down below. Is people get sort of set in their ways. They don't think outside the box enough. For example, TES is the Ad Nauseam deck. Ant is the Past in Flames deck. The Epic Gamble is the deck that plays Gamble. And then they stay in these lanes and they never get outside of them. But that's not necessarily the best thing for deck building or deck construction. And sometimes you should question standards that you've had for a long time. And that's what we've been doing over the last couple months, Alex. I mean, I'm sure you remember me frantically calling you from a bike ride going, Alex, I've solved it. We have to cut Ponder.
Yeah. And then the other week, I was like, Bryant, we have too many blue cards for a blue matchup. Let's cut these Carpet of Flowers that have been stock in our deck since we figured out that they were good.
Exactly.
Changing what's stock is really good, and questioning the best cards in your deck sometimes does lead to innovation. That's kind of where the Epic Gamble came from, and credit to Tony Scapone for figuring that out, of coming from Ruby Storm and being like, oh, I can do something slightly different that's just so much better on average.
Exactly. So Alex mentioned cutting Carpet of Flowers. We then realized that we could use those slots to beat prison matchups, and we opened up some sideboard slots. After that, we cut the main deck copy of Tendrils of Agony, and that opened up sideboard slots for Opposition Agent to help beat Doomsday. So now we're improving a lot of bad matchups that we've had and building a more well-rounded deck, because with 3 main deck Galvanic Relay, we're pre-boarded for Delver and all other blue matchups. So we're not getting any worse against blue. In fact, I think that this deck list might even be better than the Delver killer against Delver. So we're just making TES, in my opinion, just a better deck overall, and that's what you should be striving for all the time. Is triple echo better than Ad Nauseam? I don't know. That's what Alex and I are going to try to find out tonight. Yeah. Alex, do you have any other thoughts on the deck list?
Now let's get to playing some games.
Sounds good to me. But before we do that, Alex, where can the people, the fans, the following find you?
You can find me on theepicstorm.com. I write an article every month. This year, I've been doing a primary series on all of the beginner things you need to know to play the Epic Storm. You can also find me on Twitter for who knows how much longer at twitter.com/Vivaris_. Yeah, and I'm always in the Storm Discord too. That's a great place.
Sounds good. So before we head into match number one, I'm going to show off my sweet hoodie that I bought myself. And while one is in the mail on the way to Alex, I imagine, or at least I hope so. So every year I get the site writers a gift for the holidays. This year, the gifts came in a little bit early. If you've watched this channel a number of times, you may see that I bought this hoodie off Amazon. This is Magic with 4 card arts on it, and there are cards from 93, 94. Well, I made one of those. I'm going to push my mic back just a little bit. And it's got TES card arts on it: Burning Wish, Wishclaw Talisman, Veil of Summer, Brainstorm. And then on the back, it's got Storm 20 for representing Grapeshot, one of my all-time favorite cards. So these will not be for sale. I'm just kind of showing off some sweet swag. It would actually be illegal for me to sell these, copyright infringement, which is why they were a gift to Alex. But yeah, I'm just really excited, and I thought I'd share that. All right, so
Thank you, Bryant.
yeah, whatever. Be you, Alex. Anyway, we're going to head over to match number one now. I hope everyone enjoys the video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, early access to videos, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, such as theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Match number one, I have Alex McKinley by my side, and we're playing triple Echo TES today. Alex, what do you think of this opening hand?
This hand seems kind of powerful. Though it is awkward. This is one of those hands that you look at and you're like, oh, this hand's great because we have an Ad Nauseam in our deck. Without the Ad Nauseam, this hand is perhaps a touch more awkward. But I wonder if just giving our opponent the Wishclaw and finding one of our main deck relays is good enough.
Well, we don't actually have enough mana for that. If we were to keep this hand, I think the play would be to just turn one Wishclaw with Veil backup pass.
Yeah. Then we have to draw one of 7 cards to be able to go off. I don't hate those odds.
Keep. We also have the Bobble to help out with that.
Yeah. Those 7 cards being the 3 Echoes and 4 Lion's Eye Diamonds. I guess also the 4 Burning Wishes kind of count too, so 11 outs ain't bad.
Bobble. Lotus Petal. And one thing that helps a lot, or at least helped me a lot when I was starting to get better with combo, is just understanding your outs and probability of hitting them. Just seeing a hand and going like, oh, I have 4 LEDs in my deck, I'll keep this. That's a way of thinking, but when you're able to rationalize it and go, oh, I actually have 11 hits here. I have, 53 cards in deck. How likely am I to... I auto-yielded there. Whoops. How often am I... how likely am I to find these cards? That sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little split up there while I was talking. Whoops. Too many things.
Yeah, now I missed a little bit of information here, but I think it'll be okay.
Progressive Iteration is their top card. Okay,
Jeskai.
So we'll draw a card off Bobble, and then we get one for draw step. Another Opal. Dark Ritual. So this would have been a turn 2 protected Ad Nauseam. We don't have that at our disposal right now.
Not quite. We could relay for 5 or 6 if we wanted to. And I think we either have to do that or we pass.
I don't hate passing.
Okay. There is the possibility that our opponent is playing a white deck, so there is Prismatic Ending to play around as a thought. But
that's a good
we've
point.
already passed, so.
Yeah. Wasteland. Well, no Prismatic Ending.
Yeah, I'm not actually that scared of the Wasteland here. It is annoying, but it doesn't fundamentally change this game.
Take a draw. Well, is that one
Sick.
Good? Okay, so let's float a red. Play another Mox Opal.
Note the sequencing here from Bryant, by the way, of keeping all of your initial mana sources open, so we have all of our options available to us all the time.
Rite of Flame.
Instead of getting stuck with this Rite of Flame on the stack and being unable to cast Dark Ritual.
Dark Ritual. Here's an interesting spot. Do you cast the Veil? And I think that we do.
Yeah, here's where we take a bit of Brewer's advantage that they don't know that we don't have Tendrils of Agony in our deck.
You mean Ad Nauseam?
Or Ad Nauseam, yeah.
They're making a blue mana and casting Brainstorm. I love this. So we're going to get the draw card, assuming that the Veil of Summer resolves. All right, Veil. I'll take it.
Sick. That was great.
I'm going to be
I
lazy and just
wouldn't crack
bubble
the
them.
bobble yet.
Oh, you said you wouldn't?
No.
Okay.
We just lost Middlecraft. Could have resolved our relay first.
We don't need Metalcraft. Oh, I see. Get the information off free. That's fair.
Yeah.
I was just thinking life equity of not having to click through each copy of Galvanic Relay, but you're right. You're right. You're always right.
I mean, we did flip the artifact anyway. We can see the Lion's Eye Diamond pop up. But yeah.
And this one. So many diamonds.
What else is in our exile, Bryant?
I like keeping that hidden. That way the viewers can't get any of this juicy information.
We have run into the Echo of Eons in exile issue here.
That is true, but we have plenty of mana.
True.
Misty Rainforest. And they're sacrificing the Misty almost immediately, going to 19. Will this be the prismatic ending? Expressive Iteration. Okay.
Heal.
I have a feeling that our opponent may not have a force. Based on the Veil resolving an Expressive Iteration in the main phase, that is, that maybe they're lacking. Ooh. How many echoes do we need?
Very good. Yeah.
Okay.
And the part is that we don't even have to play out this Chrome Mox from exile until we resolve one of our echoes.
It's true. I like how you say that like it will happen.
Echo from hand.
Yeah, of course. There's no reason to try to cast this one. If you cast the one from exile for our viewers, I mean, Alex knows this already, but for our viewers, it would shuffle back in this echo. You want options. So we are casting this echo so that way we still have the option of using this one. And that was pretty good. So let's float a blue mana here with the Mox Opal. We'll play this. Okay. Sure. I am good with free wins.
Yeah. Opponents decide they don't want to play the game anymore.
I've been there. So Alex, we are down to 3 copies of Mox Opal with this list. And 3 copies of Chrome Mox. We're bringing in 2 Abrupt Decay. There's various reasons to do so. But how would you board now, knowing that we only have 3 Opal? Because typically with the current list, you just board out the 4th. So what's the plan?
Is it crazy to cut 2 echoes here? Our opponent's probably playing a slow Jeskai control deck, which probably means that they have Narsets as pieces to turn off our Echo plan, as well as boarding into a bunch of Pyroblasts. So it's possible that Echo is just too big and clunky of a target here, but maybe that takes too much power out of the deck. I'm not sure.
I'm down with that. I was going to suggest 1-in-1 with Opal or Chrome Mox, but I think I want to keep Relay being the powerhouse in the matchup. So I'm down for just doing 1 Echo. And Alex is correct that it is a Narset, sometimes even Hull Breacher Pyroblast matchup. So blue cards in general end up being a liability sometimes. One thing to note is in that previous video that I recorded, there was 4 copies of Empty the Warrens in the sideboard, and today we do not have 4 copies. We only have the lone copy, the Singleton Empty the Warrens for Burning Wish. So that deck list had the option of boarding out all the echoes into boarding in all the empties and dodging Graveyard Hate completely. Here, we can't really do that. We're still obviously the Rite of Flame deck. There's going to be some number of Graveyard Hate that's relevant, but we're sort of pressured into keeping at least 1 echo in. Game number 2. Here we're in a weird spot where we don't have any permanent mana sources, but it is a good Galvanic Relay hand. Alex, what do you think of these 7 cards?
We could just like draw a card and pass, but that seems kind of awkward against this opponent. But maybe it's good enough. I don't know. We have an Echo in our deck. We can afford to mulligan a little bit, right?
We do. So I'm just going to throw out an alternative here. I'm not saying that we do this. I'm just asking a question. But we could take a draw, see if it's a land, or, you know, a Mox Opal, whatever. If we miss, we can always just play the Bobble, pass, and then try again next turn with a hand that does what we want in the matchup.
Yeah, I don't mind that. We also have the option of bobbling ourselves and then casting Brainstorm.
Okay, let's see what happens here. Misty Rainforest. They immediately fetch Volcanic Island. Dragon's Ridge Channeler. Okay. Well,
Sick.
that's a card. But is it a card that's going to resolve? And that looked like an F6. I'm going to try
Yeah, I
the
would
Rite of
bobble
Flame.
ourselves here before this to see if we get the Brainstorm equity, but whatever.
No way.
You tell me you wouldn't Brainstorm if you knew there was a land on top of the deck?
I don't know. So this is one of the things about playing online versus paper, where I knew that my opponent had hit the F6 key, and then they on S6.
Also on F6 very quickly.
Yeah, so like I was able to resolve these pretty quickly. If you cast the Brainstorm, you give your opponent time to change that. So we would have looked at a Mishra's Bobble.
Yeah, wouldn't have cast the Brainstorm anyway.
There's a Taiga, an Echo that we can't use at the moment. Another Rite of Flame. That's a good one. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, Wasteland me now. Upkeep will bobble them. Brainstorm is the card revealed. They have 5 in hand. One of them's a Brainstorm. They just played Flooded Strand. Ponder. That's interesting. They had the option for a perfect Brainstorm on turn 2 and didn't take it. They kept a card on top of the Channeler.
That's interesting. Most people just instantly get rid of everything every time. I wonder if they found some kind of answer card to what we have going on here.
They're getting in for 1. I feel like we should be worried. Draw off the bobble. Let's hide this. I don't like this pop. Okay. Draw the card off the bobble, and then we get 1 for draw step. Another diamond. That's interesting.
Sick. I think I would play our LED from hand and then cast the Veil.
I'm not really sure what we're supposed to be doing here. I mean, I guess we can sacrifice Lion's Eye Diamond. They pitch Jace the Mind Skull. What is our opponent doing?
I don't know. So we have like crack LED for red, cast Rite of Flame, cast Echo as options here.
We could also Burning Wish into empty.
We could also Burning Wish into Pure.
I feel like that's kind of risky, but maybe. Can we Brainstorm?
Yeah, I like the Burning Wish into. We can Brainstorm, yeah. And then I like Burning Wish into empty because if they counter the Burning Wish, we can still Echo. All right, sick.
Trying to think if there's a reason I shouldn't reveal the diamond.
I don't think so.
So this is, if I crack this for black, and then the Burning Wish resolves, it's theoretically lethal.
Yeah, if they don't have another counterspell.
Play the Burning Wish. Galvanic Relay, what a card.
Yeah.
They're going to fetch with Flooded Strand. We still know that they have a Brainstorm out of their 3 cards. Flusta.
Okay. At least they countered the Burning Wish here. That's kind of neat for us.
Yeah, and not the Tendrils. It's worth noting, when we hardcast the Echo, we will be using both blue. You don't get to leave a blue floating. And this is relevant for the flashback.
We've already played our land this turn too.
Storm is
I guess
9.
we do have like 10 mana we could have paid, but I think that's bad.
I mean, what are we going to do?
Thoughtseize them. Duh.
We have 9 mana, so we could have paid all 9 and had 0 floating. I don't think that's a winning line. Alright, cast the Echo. Float double red or double black?
I think it's supposed to be double black, but I'm not 100% sure.
Storm is 10.
I guess it's whether or not you think that Tendrils is more important or like Wish Relay is more important.
Ooh. I won't lie, part of me just thinks that we're supposed to jam here.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to just spin again. Like, it's just not getting better for us, right? Like, when they untap, they have Red Blast up and all this other nonsense, and we aren't really casting these Brainstorms anyway. We can cast the Rite of Flame.
Oh, you are correct. Whoops. Oh, that looked like an F6. Come on, baby.
Yeah, and not cracking the other LED here is interesting.
Oh,
and
that was
works out.
good.
I think that like with our current configuration, we probably should have cracked it, but in the main deck configuration, you're supposed to leave it in play to discard other echoes.
From 19. All right, so
We just
just
get to wish tendrils now. Okay.
oh well, they conceded. So what I would have done there is activate Wish Claw for Burning Wish, and then cast Relay for 20 cards. 20 cards, Alex.
A lot of magic the other cards.
So I would just like to know, we destroyed this blue deck. Do you think we need a Carpet of Flowers?
What's a carpet of flowers?
No
Do we even
clue.
need the ad nauseam?
All right. Well, maybe not for this matchup. Maybe if we get paired against another combo deck, but that's enough for round number 1. We'll see you in the second match. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Round number 2, Alex McKinley carrying me to victory, and we're back at it. So, Alex, as always, I need you to tell me what hands we're supposed to keep. What do you think of this one?
I have no idea. I'm not very sure.
Well, abusing your microphone isn't going to help that. I think we're probably supposed to try this.
Okay.
We can bobble ourselves with the Bloodstained Mire, get an idea if we want the card or not. This is a hand that plays very well with 3 main deck copies of Galvanic Relay.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm not going to bobble myself on my own turn, because what if our opponent's playing a Thoughtseize deck? I want to be able to get a little bit of equity this way. And basic Island into Delver. These people never go away.
Yeah, I heard one of your co-hosts on some podcast talking about how they never got paired into Delver in leagues.
That would have been me. I never get paired against Delver for the most part.
Yeah. Oh, was it just you? Okay. Well, we're getting her fulfilling here today.
I think we're supposed to keep the diamond because it theoretically allows us to relay if they let the Wish Claw resolve.
Yeah. I'm not really scared of handing them a Wish Claw in game 1 anyway. What are they going to do? Find a Lightning Bolt?
And I'm going to fetch in my upkeep just because I want to reduce the odds that we draw a land. Take a draw. Okay. Play out Lotus Petal. And Wish Claw. They can't double daze us, so I want it to look innocent. Good, good. Let the storm spells resolve. Yes.
Let's go.
Are we allowed to have a dark ritual? You're too kind. Did you order 1 red Necropotence, Alex?
Usually I prefer real Necropotence, but I'll take 1 red Necro for this format today.
Alex is alluding to the fact that we play a lot of Elder Dragon Highlander together, or CEDH, competitive, throw that in there. I don't know, words.
Yeah, format's real fun. You get to cast real Necropotence.
We hit another relay. It was looking a little sketchy there.
Yeah.
In their upkeep, they're going to do the brainstorm trick. I'll be honest, and I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad. My entire life, anytime anyone has done this, I've sort of assumed that they're probably not very good at the matchup.
Yeah, opponent feels a little bit desperate here before getting buried.
I am way more afraid of an untapped land than I am you swinging for 2 extra damage. And this has nothing to do with fewer copies of Ad Nauseam in my library. Is this a Dragon's Rage Channeler? You've got it. They have 5 cards. We go to 16. Come on, Echo is the draw step. Draw for turn. I'll take that. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're supposed to play the Taiga. Or are we supposed to hold it?
Huh. I'm not sure.
Let's brainstorm. Well, that was good. Put those up there. Going to end up playing the Taiga now. Veil of Summer.
A good one.
Okay, so now what we're going to do, and this is pretty cool in my opinion. Alex doesn't have to agree with me here. I would like to Galvanic Relay and then Echo, which seems a little bit odd, but I know that my top cards are LED Wishclaw. And yes, we could theoretically win if we just cast the Echo into good cards, but I like the idea of guaranteeing that this relay. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I like doing this. I think it's a very cool play. I would rather like guarantee a win next turn than to take a low percentage chance at winning this turn.
Well,
Because it feels like we're pretty guaranteed to win next turn.
yeah, the only argument is if you wait on the Echo, your relay could be for 12. That said, this is looking pretty insane.
Yeah.
Spin the wheel. Look at this. That's beautiful. Oh, now we get another relay?
Just exile our entire deck. I think I posted a screenshot to Twitter the other day where I had 15 cards left in my library as I was winning the game.
Can you imagine that there's people in this format that don't play Galvanic Relay?
Yeah. For some reason, they think that casting Expressive Iteration, casting cards from exile off that card is better. And I don't know, they might be right, but
I don't know. Galvanic Relay is busted.
This. Yeah.
But can you believe that they printed Galvanic Relay at Common and Windfall is banned in Legacy? This thing's uncounterable Necropotence.
Yeah, I don't even know if we'd play Windfall if that card was legal.
Maybe as like a wish target? I'm not even sure.
Maybe.
Sure, you can have a Delver of Secrets. I should probably bobble them. Might as well cash in my card. I don't need the comment section being like, Bryant, you're lazy and you F6 through your turn and you didn't draw a card. We know that you had 37 cards in exile, but you didn't draw this one card.
Gotta get all your value, Bryant. I'm told that the fair blue players love drawing cards, and they just clearly haven't, felt the sweet release that is casting cards from the exile zone. It's basically like drawing them.
Yeah, it's even better. Narset, Hullbreacher, etc.
Spirit of the Labyrinth.
Yeah. Here we're seeing the channelers most likely becoming delirious. So they have land, sorcery, instant. Not delirious. They're getting in for 4. We go to 12. It's kind of wild if you think about it. 2018, the Epic Storm was the Ad Nauseam Empty the Warrens deck. 2020, we cut Empty the Warrens from the main deck. We haven't really looked back. And now we don't have Empty in the main deck. It's only a 1 of in the sideboard. At the time, we were playing 4. And this current list has 0 Ad Nauseams in it. How times have changed.
Yeah, it's felt pretty good so far. We'll see if it definitely for the blue matchups haven't missed the card. Galvanic Relay is a bit of a house.
There's a reason why we're playing 3 in the main deck now.
Yeah.
Alright. We'll cast the Veil of Summer from hand. We'll let them know that we didn't need the 3 in exile. We could I've always wanted to do this and I've never done it. We could BM them and then peer into the abyss targeting them and then tendrils them.
That sounds a little bit excessive, but sure.
Have you ever seen a Delver deck with, 28 cards in hand? I guess we would be giving them 27.
Usually when they're picking up their deck shuffling after they lost the game, but I guess.
Damn. Daggers from Alex McKinley. We'll grab the tendrils. Target you. Easy game. So I believe we just do the same boarding here. Initial mana sources are really huge in this matchup.
Yeah.
I will say this. We're at a point with this deck where we're not trying to hit 5 mana anymore, or 6 mana. So when you look back just a couple months ago, we were on 13 lands, and then we sort of switched a land for an opal, and now we just cut an opal. It's not exactly 1-for-1 between land 13 and Mox Opal 4, but when you're relying on triple Echo and Galvanic Relay, you need less mana sources in order to do your meaningful thing. So that was something I was thinking about before we went live. Do you have any opinions on that, Alex?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Xerox theory, right? Like a lot of the land count math is just assuming you're drawing 1 card per turn, but we're doing a lot more of that. We're drawing cards in 7s. And when you can only play 1 of those lands, the lower land count is actually super advantageous because you get to draw more real cards because we're spending fewer turns in this game and we're drawing a lot of cards.
For sure. So here, I mean, I believe that this is a keep, but it's a little bit of a clunker. I believe that we're going to really be relying on Brainstorm to give us some gas.
Yeah, I mean, in Brainstorm We Trust, that's this format we're playing, right?
Volcanic Island into Delver of Secrets, classic opener. Draw for turn, it's Dark Ritual. Not bad. Delver triggers. Does not flip. Volcanic Island number 2. What do you think about casting Brainstorm here? They have 4 cards. They're less likely to have a daze. They can't Pyroblast.
Yeah, that seems like our spot.
I'm going to grab Underground Sea due to this Dark Ritual. Cast the blue instant. And they had the daze. Yep.
Oof.
Okay. A little bit of a rough spot we're in right now. They exiled another Delver, so they're attacking. We go to 18. Take a draw step. Taiga. Boom.
Go.
I think I'm actually just going to pass here. So if you play Burning Wish into another Daze and it gets hit by Surgical, that becomes an issue. So you have to really protect your Burning Wishes. And we don't really have a whole lot of fuel to play into Relay. So I want to keep this Decay open.
Yep. I don't hate that. And even if we just like decay one of their threats, like that's fine. It just buys us more time.
They play the Volcanic again. Counterbalance. Well,
That goes to the graveyard.
so a tip for you Delver players, you're supposed to attack first. Make me think about decaying. I mean, we're experienced enough here where we're not going to do that. The 3 damage doesn't matter that much. But if you play in his second main phase, you might be able to get a less experienced Storm player. Decay the counterbalance.
Goodbye. Maybe opponent misclicks and reveals?
Reveals Wasteland.
Oh, they actually do reveal.
Okay. Take a draw.
Sure. Thanks for the information.
Dark Ritual. I feel like we're pressured to use this relay now.
Yeah.
It's only for 3, but we should use it.
And start the relay chain. That is one of the things about playing all these relays is you have to realize when you need to start chaining them. You can't always have the relay into win next turn. Sometimes you have to relay into win.
So they have Wasteland. Which land do they blow up? Underground Sea. Okay. Lion's Eye Diamond off the top. Pretty please.
That would be a good one.
They're getting in. We'll go to 12. Take a draw. What are you doing? Are firing me. Okay. That was so strange.
Fire. What a magic card.
Would you brainstorm here? I think we're supposed to.
Okay. Let's do it.
I mean, that's not bad. I just don't know what the right play is at the moment. I think we likely need this Echo to resolve to win, so I'm going to get rid of Burning Wish. And then the Volcanic.
Okay.
Might as well play Veil, see if they counter it, or daze it. They did not.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're sort of begging to draw Lion's Eye Diamond. That's the point where we're at.
It's usually nice to draw the best card in our deck, so.
Murktide Regent. They're saying you get 1 turn. Yeah. So we'll go to 7, then we're going to fetch out a Bloodstain, or fetch with the Bloodstain Mire, going down to 43 cards. So then we have 4 hits. We get 2 looks at 43 or 42 technically. Maybe I'm supposed to get, I don't know. Volcanic doesn't give us a black source. I don't know why I looked at my own top card.
Well.
I might cycle Veil here. Oh, I can't. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to get Bayou and cycle Veil. That probably would have been smart.
Yeah, that could have been good.
Take a draw. Alex, I need you carrying me. Come on.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't do it. Okay, we're going to go to game 3.
All right.
Realistically, I should have cycled. So we'll concede and draw 1 card. All right. Game 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Game 3 on the play. Keep. Alex, I won't let you make me mulligan this.
This one's kind of mediocre, you know.
This is a good one. Opponent takes a mulligan to 6. Play the Mire past the turn. Alright, our opponent's playing Polluted Delta. Alex, would you brainstorm end step here? Playing into the Pyroblast?
I think so. Yeah, I think that, and then we just like kind of spend the brainstorm again on our main phase to generate storm.
Grab the
Which is
Underground
fine.
Sea.
We actually kind of want our opponent to Pyroblast us on our next turn, but if they Pyroblast us here, that's fine too. I'm like not upset about that. It means that they can't have a Fluster Storm or anything else silly like that.
Exactly, and I think that's one of the reasons why you should brainstorm, is that it draws out the ability to not fluster us.
Yep. Chromox is not a bad draw either.
Rite of Flame.
We also, yeah, I really just want to cycle this brainstorm for a card that imprints. That would be really nice.
Cast the Brainstorm.
Ooh.
So we're going to be able to chain some Galvanic Relays here. I believe we're supposed to put Dark Ritual Relay on top.
And just imprint the Burning Wish?
Do we need to imprint? I don't think we do.
Okay, yeah.
So we're going to relay for 5, and we know 2 of them. All right, relay for 5. Galvanic Relay, Dark Ritual, Bloodstained Mire, Bobble, Wishclaw. We will pass the turn. They play Island. Brainstorm. Big fan of our opponent not casting Counterbalance here, Alex.
Yeah. I wonder if holding up this Volcanic Island means they want to hold up a threat or just another Red Blast.
Or a Channeler in second main. It's always best to cast your threats in the second main.
Let's go.
How do you feel about a Diamond?
That's pretty good. Kind of more interested in casting this Galvanic Relay, though.
I mean, we were always going to do that.
Yeah.
If they force this Dark Ritual, they let it go. Okay. Play the Bobble. Wishclaw Talisman. So having drawn the Wishclaw off the relay, or you know what I mean, they're going to force the Wishclaw. I think you're just supposed to force the Dark Ritual if you have a force there.
Yeah.
But having found this, I mean, now it actually works out well this way. We were put in a spot where we didn't really want to discard our hand to Diamond because we have to protect this Burning Wish. And now that they forced the Wishclaw, this play actually ends up being slightly better.
Yeah, we could just try to jam like and empty the Wardens here, but I think just casting this relay is so much safer.
Yeah. We could look at their top card, gain a little bit of info.
Sure.
It's a Daze. I'm
Not
still
scared
going to
of
relay.
that card at this point. Yeah.
Red Necro. 6 coming off the top. Dark Ritual. Abrupt Decay, so we don't have to worry about Maddening Hex. Burning Wish, and another Scalding Tarn. So next turn, we'll have the option to double Burning Wish.
Yep.
And another Abrupt Decay. Probably didn't need 2. Expressive Iteration, you've got it.
Yep.
They exile a Ponder, and they're going to attack for 1, so they missed their land drop. They have Daze and 2 Unknowns. So we have Bayou left in deck and Volcanic. Mire gets either.
Yep. Mire always gets everything.
Play the Lotus Petal. Dark Ritual. I wonder if we're not supposed to use the Burning Wish from hand, but we're supposed to just relay again. So we have enough to decay the Channeler and then Galvanic Relay another time.
Yeah. I don't hate that.
Cast Burning Wish. That resolved.
Snap resolves.
Get the relay. Cast Abrupt Decay. We're just a control deck when you think about it.
Yep.
Actually, okay, I just realized there's a small mistake I made there. Alex, what was it?
Could have cast... I don't know, I missed it.
So you're not supposed to Burning Wish and then relay. Because if you do, your opponent can surgical the relays out of your graveyard and pull the one from your hand.
Supposed to decay and then Wish Relay?
Yeah. Because if they force the Wish, you can still Burning Wish into an empty or Tendrils or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, now we found a couple of Veils, but I think our opponent's pretty close on empty.
Alright, so let's put ourselves to 15, search out the Volcanic. Okay, so we do not have enough mana here to peer into the Abyss. Are you supposed to Echo?
I guess. I think we're supposed to Echo out of the sideboard, right? Like use this Burning Wish. I guess how many wishes do we have left is a important question to.
If I use this one, we'll have 2 left.
Okay, that's probably fine.
I think I'm going to tap Bayou for the Veil of Summer.
Yeah, and we want to do it like this, so if they interact, then we get to like draw some cards and make a better informed decision. But yeah.
All right, Volcanic.
Letting the Echo float and Echo is also really neat.
Burning Wish. Yes, we'll grab the Cyborg Echo and then spin the wheels. So Opal's active.
Yep. So we have 3 mana right now, 4 mana with Rite of Flame.
I believe we have to Brainstorm.
Yep.
Storm 6.
That's an LED.
LED doesn't help us.
True.
So what we could do is Wish Claw and then Brainstorm again.
Yeah, we could Wish Claw, find Relay, try to Brainstorm into lethal or into another Relay.
So I think that going for it here could be pretty risky. Oh, also, we have to burn the Rite of Flame if we want to take that line.
That's fair.
So here's another thought. I'm just going to ask it. We have a decay, so we know that we're not going to get locked out by Counterbalance or Maddening Hex. What if we just play Wish Claw, and then in our upkeep, we use Wish Claw to shuffle away the 2 lands, and then next turn try to do something else?
Yeah, I like that.
There's one card that I'm really afraid of here, and I'm just not going to say it out loud.
Yeah, we get even 2 draws next turn with the bauble, so we shouldn't pop the bauble here. We pop it next turn.
Yep, on their turn, so that way we can shuffle in our upkeep.
Yep.
So Delver happens. Let's see what that draw was. Delta. Okay. Running a little bit low on time. I mean, we're not going to time out, but this is usually not how a TES match goes. They play the polluted Delta, they fetch immediately. There's the counterbalance. Sure. Followed by a second copy of Delver Secrets. So in our upkeep, we have some things to do here. Turn off auto yields, just in case. I don't believe I've triggered any of these baubles, but or auto yielded to the baubles. So let's tap the Taiga.
Not the Taiga. Why are we tapping Taiga?
I don't know. Do you Bayou Badlands then?
I guess we can decay in our upkeep. I don't think we need to, but
I guess you're right. Okay.
Yeah, I would just like tap our Volcanic Island or the Badlands.
We want to tap Opal because we're going to lose Metalcraft because I have to shuffle away the 2 lands.
Yeah. Do you just want to go get LED here then? Or do you want to go get...
I was going to get a Relay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Okay, so there's like no reason to not decay in the upkeep, by the way. It's fine, but we don't have any lands that we could possibly play. Let's decay this thing. I guess we get the information from our draw step. That would be a reason to wait.
Yeah. Drawing the couple of zeros here was pretty good.
Agreed.
Then we get to brainstorm into all of our nonsense, I guess. Or yeah.
Just trying to establish some mana first. Not like there's no reason to possibly lose to like a Daze. Brainstorm. Okay, we could potentially win this turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I like putting back the Chrome Mox.
I'm just trying to think.
Then we get to go right Veil and then see what happens.
They're at 17, so we need at least Storm 8. This is +3. Yeah, we're fine. 8 going into the Tendrils, that is. Alright, cast the Veil. And that just resolves.
That resolves.
So this is just
Sick.
game. Full priority on Burning Wish. Add triple black. What a match. How many cards do we exile to Galvanic Relay?
I think we've seen like our entire deck over the course of this match.
That'll do, Peg. This video is really just a have you met Galvanic Relay video. I mean, it's been out for a little while now, but holy moly. That was sweet. Whew. Gonna need a drink after that one. We're 2-0. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Wow, Alex, that was quite the last match. We're 2-0 going into the third round.
Yeah.
Wow, like every hand I open with Galvanic Relay, it's just really tough to get me to mulligan.
Yeah, that card is pretty good.
I think at this point, Galvanic Relay is top 5 cards for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're on the play, Alex. We're going to crush. We have a Galvanic Relay. What could go wrong? Definitely not our opponent playing Moonstompy. Would you main phase Brainstorm hoping to spike an artifact for this relay?
I don't hate it, especially because we can just Brainstorm again next turn, so it's not like we lose any Storm for our relay next turn.
All right, fire it off. Storm 1. I've been told that if you main phase Brainstorm, you're a real dummy, though.
Yeah. Not the best, but I don't hate it either.
Okay, maybe, I don't know, Wishclaw on top's fine. If our opponent's playing a discard deck, usually Relay isn't the best in those matchups.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, but we do get to go land Claw into Relay next turn, but it looks like our opponent's doing something kind of similar over there.
I don't like this.
Are we playing a Mirror, Bryant?
I don't
Not
like
a full
this.
But
oh, we're definitely playing a Mirror.
Oh, yeah. Oh, opponent's just got it. Wow. Turn 1 Ad Nauseam without a land.
Teach me how to draw, please.
Yeah.
They have a really great deck, though. Big fan. All right, flip another Galvanic Relay or two. Let's go. Relay. We've got to be dead here. They have not flipped a Wishclaw.
I don't think.
They have not flipped a Wishclaw. Come on, Relay. Relay. No!
Oh.
All right.
So close.
They really needed to pull a McKinley Ad Nauseam there.
Yeah.
So I might have mentioned this in a video recently that Alex definitely did not watch because he never mentioned it to me. So Alex, there's a story behind why your Ad Nauseams are so terrible. Do you mind sharing with the viewers of the Epic Storm?
Every single time I cast on Ad Nauseam, I flip Echo Eons and Tendrils of Agony. And all my relays. Every time.
Okay. Well, that's one excuse. What about when you're playing paper?
Oh, I had my Lotus Petals in my Cycle Storm deck and completely forgot about it and had been playing a couple of Eponyms with a 56 card deck by accident just without Lotus Petal.
It's not even a couple. It was like months that Alex is just like, yeah, I go to play Magic, Paper Magic, and he's like, my Ad Nauseams just always kill me. I don't understand it.
Yeah. To be fair, I did not play that many Eponyms with this bad deck, but I did. It was a many months. It was very awkward when I realized it.
On the play, do we want answers to opposing op agent? Would you rather have would you rather have Chain of Vapor or Abrupt Decay or Thoughtseize?
I think I'd rather just have the Chain of Vapor than the Thoughtseize. Like, the matchup is kind of all about Veil anyway, and being able to wish for Thoughtseize is kind of nice, and having the out is like whatever. I think a lot of time you just get to go around the opposition agent.
This is a good one.
Yeah. I feel like this is the matchup where not having the Ad Nauseam is going to hurt us, though the Mirror is usually more about peer into the abyss than Ad Nauseam, so.
For sure. They also kept 7. I don't want to burn the Wishclaw, but we might have to. I'm going to bobble myself here. Another Veil. That doesn't actually help us. Should we consider just spinning the wheel, or is that crazy?
I think it's a touch crazy giving them the Wishclaw. But I don't know if it gets better for us. Like, we get to tutor without being impeded by Veil and opposition agent. So let's jam, see what happens.
All right, you heard it from Alex McKinley. He said to jam. If we lose, it's all his fault. Play Wish Claws. Turn 5. Activate. Go get Echo number 1 of 3. Spin that wheel.
Okay, we get to Echo again. We get to imprint this Brainstorm, I guess.
We're going to leave Bobble in play
LED
this time.
Yep. Crack LED for black. Or I guess we could imprint the Rite of Flame. Depends on what we want floating here. I think generally, I think we need to have red mana to win, so just imprint the Rite of Flame and crack LED for blue.
Okay, that's what we'll do here. Spin the wheel again.
Without the main deck Tendrils. Yeah, without the main deck Tendrils, I think that's kind of where the decision point lies.
If we had floated a black!
Brutal.
Oh, no.
I guess we have to pass.
We're probably dead.
Yeah. Our opponent just doesn't have any good cards. Yeah, that's a lot of calculus to try to figure out what's better to have floating there. I'm not quite sure which one is better, but much to think about.
It's looking pretty good for them at the moment. Dark Ritual.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Uh-oh.
I think we're dead.
That's an Ad Nauseam.
Yep.
We dead.
Man, if we could have floated black, we could have had an opposition agent in play.
Alright, well they flipped one agent. There was a little bit of a lag there. Flip your Echo, come on. You're at 4, flip the Echo.
They don't actually have any initial mana over there.
They just flipped their first Chromox.
Yeah.
Into Lotus Petal. Oh, come on.
Wow, I had to open my mouth. I just had to open my mouth.
We're dead. That'll do it. We're not going to make them click through it. Okay, Alex ruined it. Totally blame Alex for our loss here. Definitely not the lack of main deck Ad Nauseam or anything else.
Yep. I floated the wrong color. I opened my mouth when opponent was flipping cards. Completely my fault.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're 2-1. 2 matches left to go. Definitely not the round where we wanted our current configuration. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. Alright, time for the 4th match, and I know it's a little bit late, but I forgot about it until now. Thank you for this donation deck to James Hayek, who's affectionately commonly known as Pizza in the Storm Discord. James, I appreciate your support. James watched that last video with the Rakdos relay and wanted to see the deck list that I showed at the end. Here we are today. I somehow convinced Alex McKinley to waste his time by joining me. Alex, thank you once again, especially for carrying me through 2 victories, but the loss was 100% you.
Of course.
Now we're in match 4. What do you think of this hand on the draw?
It's a little sketchy, but we are on the draw. We have a pair of baubles. We have this Brainstorm. I think I'm inclined to keep overall. Having Veiled Talisman is real neat, but yeah.
Okay, you sold me.
Is this hand better or worse if we have Ad Nauseam in our deck?
I don't know. I mean, we're pretty far away from 6 mana, and we have blue again. Man, no one tell Brian or Phil about this league. I will never hear the end of it.
That was a good draw.
So we can play out the Wish Claw, but we're pretty far away from Relay.
Yeah.
I think it's probably still worth it, because we can cash in the baubles.
I don't want to find an LED anyway. So...
Okay, we're going to tap the C, tap the Mox Opal, play Wish Claw.
I think our opponent was on a mulligan of 6 as well.
They were. And it resolved! Hell yeah.
Do we want to pop both these baubles or just one?
I think here's a crazy thought. Do we target ourselves with the first one?
Yeah, sure. I guess we are seeing 5 more cards next turn.
Okay, I'm definitely cracking both.
Yeah.
Once again, imagine not putting Galvanic Relay in your deck. Wow. We need this Veil of Summer to resolve.
Yeah, I guess. And they left on top. That's kind of terrifying. Alright, main deck counterbalance. Whatever.
Well, we're in trouble. It's not like I flipped anything I could use anyway.
Yeah, I guess we cast this brainstorm and pray they didn't leave a 1 on top, but that's probably what they would have left on top if I was them. Because they left on top with their Dragon's Rage Channeler. Yeah.
Okay. Main deck counterbalance is going to get us. They play Ponder. They surveil a Shredder. So this isn't actually Delver. This is the Shredder deck. I mean, very similar shell, right? Like, we're talking about the difference of like 8 to 10 cards.
Yeah, if that, between main deck and sideboard.
Now they swing for 1. They shuffled on the Ponder. But unfortunately, we're really low on resources. This was an amazing rip.
Yeah.
Play the diamond. They blindly
Come
flip the
on.
bobble. Alright, I just don't think we're going to win this.
Yeah.
Like, you could argue that, like, oh, you should Wishclaw, you rotate the Wishclaw for a red source and relay for 3. I don't think that's a winning strategy.
Yeah, if we had one more mana, or if we had one more mana, and we could cast both these relays, or I guess it's 2 more mana, then I'd be into that, but yeah, not quite there yet.
Expressive Iteration.
Yep.
Tropical
Green.
Island. Are you a Minskin
I wonder
deck?
if this is JPA's list, and they have like no Delvers, but the Nimble Mongooses.
I don't believe JPA 93's list had Counterbalance in it.
Yeah.
It also definitely didn't have Shredders. So if I had to guess, the green is for Minskin Boo. I think that this is a much larger deck. I don't think it's actually Delver.
Yeah, I wonder if they... Well, they have the Mystic Stranger, so they probably have Days?
They did not shuffle with Ponder. Okay, they draw off their bobble.
Okay. That's a start.
We're at 15, so if we wait another turn, we're dead to bolts.
Yeah, I feel like we have to try this turn.
So we could start on Veil of Summer, pray that it resolves, rotate Wishclaw for Petal, and then 1 relay. That's all we could do.
Jeez.
Go to 14. Grab the Taiga. Play the Veil. Also, what are the odds they have not found a force yet?
It's got to be so low, right?
Exactly. They daze. This gives them... They left explosives on top.
Main deck engineered explosives. That's kind of wild. I guess we kind of have to pay, even if we get to that point.
Okay, Veil of Summer. Misty Rainforest. Unfortunately, we have to pass. Expressive Iteration. I don't think we're winning this one. At this point, we should just be trying to figure out what else is in our opponent's deck.
Yeah.
And a main phase Brainstorm. Brazen Borrower, Pyroblast. So we're getting some information here. An attack for 6. Lotus Petal. Play it. They chose not to reveal. Rite of Flame. They reveal Channeler on top. Do we just relay for 3? I doubt it even matters. Okay, so we are passing. Burning Wish, Bloodstained Mire. Okay, so now we're in their upkeep.
Guess we have to hope that they don't have a bolt here, but that feels pretty unlikely, given that they haven't shown us a Force of Will yet.
I mean, we're just flat dead.
Yeah.
I feel like they're playing with us.
Oh, let's put some stuff on this deck and see what happens.
Rite of Flame. Bolt is their top card. Okay.
Sure.
We got crushed. Okay, we definitely want these decays.
Yeah, I think we take the same plan of cutting our echoes.
Except this time we're going to crush them. We're not going to lose to a turn 2 main deck balance.
Mm-hmm.
Game number 2. I guess so.
Yeah, we have this Abrupt Decay. It feels like they're going to be pretty incentivized to play with Counterbalance and we have some stable mana in these brainstorms, but I guess we shall see.
Bloodstained Mire, pass the turn. They play a Mishra's Bauble. They target themselves and play Flooded Strand. Alright, so I'm not really incentivized to play my Brainstorm into their Pyroblast mana.
Yeah, it very much feels like they have a Pyroblast here, but we just get to sit because they didn't do anything.
Exactly. And drawing land number 3 is certainly welcome.
Yeah.
It's important because we get a pair of perfect Brainstorms now, assuming that they resolve. And now they play Channeler in the second main phase. Opal, we'll just play a land and pass.
Yeah. Feels like they are hard committed to holding up this Pyroblast, though. Bolt
I will
us.
Gladly cast Brainstorm here. They left in Lightning Bolt.
Interesting.
All right, we're going to get rid of the Burning Wish. So we have Volcanic in our deck still. I want to cast this other Brainstorm.
I would have been kind of tempted to keep the Opal just for relay purposes, but I understand putting it back too.
I just feel like we don't have one yet, and I'd rather have a live card for now at least.
Yeah, and we can't cast this third Brainstorm because we don't have the blue source in the deck.
That is correct. It's worth noting that we really want to get a green source with this Vernon Catacomb anyway, and we don't have Tropical Island anymore. At least not for the last few months. Expressive Iteration.
Woo!
They kept a card on top. Okay. Main facing the Brainstorm. We will need a fetch in our upkeep to shuffle away those cards off the Brainstorm, it's worth noting. We're at 12 life already, so we're getting to the point where we have to make a decision on whether or not to possibly Abrupt Decay the creature, or do we save it for Maddening Hex, or I don't know, Counterbalance, whatever. Let's play Brainstorm number 3 while we're tapped out.
Okay.
So, no protection, no relay. I wonder here if we just, like, tried to... what if we just go land Burning Wish and see what happens?
I kind of like that, and we put back...
I think you want to...
Baubles.
You want to put back Wishclaw and then, like, one other card, so probably a Bauble.
I guess we're not shuffling, so we could put back Wishclaw and then Decay on top.
Well, I think you want Decay in case they try to go after your zeros, so that way you could imprint a Chrome Mox.
Okay.
Play the Burning Wish.
Which I wouldn't be shocked if they counter this. Ow.
No respect. Grab the relay.
We do get relay over empty here. Just because then they can't daze us and counter over mana pieces.
Exactly. I think I'm imprinting the Decay.
Okay.
I mean, we're going to lose the Maddening Hex, and everyone's going to be like, Bryant's an idiot. I can't believe he didn't play around that. But I think it's the correct move.
Just kind of want all of our meta here.
Counterbalance is their top card. Love it.
I guess we could have looked before imprinting.
Love it. Can't take me anywhere. All right. 7 cards off the top rope. That's frustrating.
Oh, let's flip the other Decay.
No big deal. A whole lot of zeros. We get a draw off Bauble. Another 0. I mean, they're definitely slamming the counterbalance here.
Yeah.
They surveil away.
Maybe we do get a little bit greedy for the mana here.
It's interesting that they surveilled away 0, knowing that we had all these zeros.
Maybe one's like only concerned about countering Veil of Summers or something like that.
They have 5 in hand.
Yeah. I don't know.
See what we can do.
Okay.
Let's see if they counterspell a Lotus Petal. Hydroblast. Okay.
Okay.
Let's play out the Baubles. Storm is 3. Play out the Diamond. Normally you don't want to show your opponent the information from your hand, but we want to try to resolve this before the top of their deck changes.
Yep. It will probably change once we cast the Wishclaw Talisman, because that's would be my next play. To try to get them to do something, and then we get to brainstorm either Red Blast and then try to cast our Echo. is kind of the hopes and dreams here.
Wishclaw on the stack.
All right, opponent. Are you going to take a game action?
They cast Brainstorm. There's no point in responding here because we know their top card is the Hydro.
Yep.
They chose to mill it, so this would be a good spot to test the water. Let's try casting the Dark Ritual, I think.
Yep.
They reveal a Daze. Ah, that's not great.
Brutal. Yeah. We should also try our own Brainstorm here.
Yeah.
And hopefully they commit their Red Blast here, which would also shuffle their library, but that feels unrealistic at this point.
Well, we don't know that they have a Red Blast. We know that they had a Hydro floating.
Oh, that might have been the card that they were holding on to, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, Brainstorm?
Okay.
Ah, it's disappointing.
Yeah.
We had 3 relays to hit there. That would have been really good hits. And then the 4th Decay.
2 relays, but yeah.
No, 3. This is the relay.
Is that the sideboard one?
Yes, we got it off Burning Wish.
Okay.
Come on, Alex. Keep up. Come on. All right.
I'm getting tired over here.
You're 3 hours back in time. It's still 5 p.m. where you're at. Wake up. So now we have to try to hardcast this Echo.
Yep.
Storm 10. Come on, resolve. It resolves! Holy moly! Let's go! And we hit the Abrupt Decay for the counterbalance?
And we hit the Abrupt Decay!
Alright, so the last land in our deck is Bayou. Let's get that counterbalance off the table.
Oh. This is insane.
Reveals Brainstorm. So here's the thing. I don't know if we're actually supposed to play the Burning Wish out, because if for some reason they have Counterspell plus, we lose. Plus Surgical.
Yeah, we should. Yep. I think we don't have to play the Burning Wish here. We have plenty of Storm. We should not crack our Lotus Petal, and instead we should fetch our Bayou.
I don't want to go down on the life point in case it ends up mattering for some reason. I'm just going to leave this here.
That's fair. I guess if we flip the Bayou, it's like whatever. Not a big deal.
It's also the last fetchable.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter. Okay. We could even think about flashing back this Echo, but I don't think that there's any reason to do that. We have a Chromox floating. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, we did. My bad. I even thought about that when I resolved the Echo. I was like, oh, we still have this Chromox. And then once I started casting spells, it just left my brain.
That's fine.
Who needs an extra card off the top? Alright, so Brainstorm, Lion's Eye Diamond, Lotus Petal, Brainstorm, Rite of Flame, Wishclaw Talisman, Galvanic Relay, Veil of Summer, Verdant Catacombs, Wishclaw, Brainstorm, Bloodstained Mire, Mishra's Bauble, Mox Opal, and another Veil. So let's play out this Chromox. We did not hit another Burning Wish off this. One thing we could do is imprint it and then Echo. Is it something we want to do?
Yeah, probably just eats a piece of interaction out of their hand, so I don't like hate it.
Spin the Echo. Storm 17. Okay, Forest Pitching Necktie. That's fine. 24 cards left in our deck. They left.
We did hit a Wishclaw, so we still have action next turn, so I'm not super worried about it.
Okay. There's only one card that could be in their deck that I'm worried about here. It's worth noting that we've used both of our Abrupt Decays. Maybe it's possible that we were supposed to wait on the Echo so we could force shuffle in our Abrupt Decays. Or Abrupt Decay.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So that is not the card that I was worried about. We could still beat a counterbalance.
Yeah.
What I was worried about was Maddening Hex.
Interesting that they put a 1 into the graveyard with their Dragon's Reach Channeler. But maybe they're trying to get Delirium to kill us faster.
Yeah.
We're worried about that than anything else. So.
All right, we're at 5. Take a draw. Another Wishclaw. Let's float a green.
Yeah.
Play Opal. Steam Vents. Let's try Veil of Summer.
Yep. I guess this is awkward that they get to shred before, but
Well, we can respond again here if we want.
true. I think I would cast the Veil here and make them use their fetch land.
Would it be better to brainstorm first?
Yeah, let's try that.
They do not use counterbalance. Okay.
Okay.
Let's get rid of the relay. And Opal? No, we probably don't need the other Wish Claw.
Yeah, I don't think we need that many Wish Claws. And we can cast Dark Ritual with this trigger still on the stack too.
Where's our Dark Ritual? Oh, this Dark Ritual. I was looking at Exile. I think we might want to fetch and then cast another Brainstorm as well.
Yeah.
Going to 4 life. 10 minutes left on the clock. Brainstorm. See if we can find one of the other 2 Veil of Summer still in the deck. Brainstorm. There we go. Okay. I think we hide Opal. Rite of Flame?
And then Rite of Flame, I think. Yeah.
Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual.
Instants are broken.
Quite the game. Alright, so Shredder's still on the stack. Let's cast this Veil of Summer. Try to get them to fetch.
No, this probably causes them to fetch, if I had to imagine.
And now we'll cast the 3rd Veil of Summer. We have 3 in hand. It looks like our Veils have resolved and we will be winning game number 2. Whew, and they just conceded. Going to game 3. This has been a good league outside of our own deck beating us.
Yeah.
I'd also like to note that Echo was our main deck Echo. Like, the extra Echoes didn't actually matter there.
Mm-hmm.
Submit. This is actually, I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, Alex, this would be our post-board configuration with the normal TES list as well, because we'd be boarding out 1 Opal and Ad Nauseam.
Yep, it's the exact same.
Okay, so this is a hand that you really want with Galvanic Relay. I don't know how to feel about this. Double Chrome Mox?
I think I'd ship. I think we have better 6s on average.
I hope so. Yeah, keep.
Yeah, we just turn 1 Echo here. Or turn 1 Relay.
I'd love to draw a land.
Yeah, land would be sick.
Because a land allows you to play through days, but it also allows you to double Wish Claw. They ponder. They do not shuffle. That worries me. Take a draw. Not the card we were looking for.
Yeah, unfortunately we can't cast it either. Our hand just kind of does what it does, so.
Dark Ritual.
Solves.
So we can relay for 6. Assuming that this resolves, or we can echo.
I guess they can't claw for
Counterbalance.
Yeah. I don't hate relaying for 6 here. I think it's about the same amount of cards. We get to use all of them, and we don't lose as much Metalcraft.
If this is a surgical, we can still echo. Okay, it's not. 6 cards. Abrupt Decay, Badlands, Lotus Petal, Burning Wish, Burning... That's not terrible.
Nope. So next turn we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, which is enough for Wish Relay. Or Wish Decay Relay.
Okay, it's just a Shredder.
It's just a Shredder. Let's go.
Not the card that destroys us. Big fan.
Yeah.
Counterbalance would have been pretty scary there.
Yep.
All right, they have 3 cards in hand. They're going to go up to 5 with off the bobbles. Okay. Let's hope we get a good draw step. From Mox, not quite. Play out Lotus Petal. Lotus Petal. They do get a Connive trigger.
One gets to shred their cards.
Play out the Chrome Mox. So it's worth noting that if we Burning Wish, we can't get an Echo. Well, we could get an Echo, but we have to like telegraph it almost. And then if we get
I think I'll
Echo,
just crack their ability for red here and cast a Burning Wish.
Yeah, they do need double force to stop us from another relay. So here's a thought. would you cast the other Burning Wish losing the pair of Lotus Petals?
Here's another thought. Would you cast this Abrupt Decay to blow up their Wishclaw Talisman so that they can't go find a counterbalance?
I like that. Okay, green, black, kill the Wishclaw, and then 6 cards off the top. Unfortunately, we're losing this Burning Wish, so we'll have 2 wishes left in our deck to win with. Veil of Summer, Bobble, Echo, Wishclaw. Really light on mana.
Yeah. Not the greatest. That's for sure. But it appears that the opponent doesn't have any interaction, so...
There it is. We lost our Abrupt Decay. We have one other Abrupt Decay in our deck. We're at 19. This is going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that card's going to beat us here.
Yep. That's really unfortunate. It's not like we could have held the Decay anyway. This is one of our relay cards, but yeah. Man, that's brutal.
I think that one's going to get us. So it looks like they kept the hand off the back of Maddening Hex, and our relays were not bad. I will not say that they were bad, but they were unfortunately not quite good enough to allow us to win.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of funny. We ended up like in a very similar game state after our second relay as we did our first relay.
Just took 5 off a Mishra's Bobble. I mean, we've lost this game already. Like, you might be thinking, Bryant, why would you play Bobble? We took 6 on that one. Opponent's a high roller. Because you could play Wishclaw and then pass, and theoretically Wishclaw for Abrupt Decay. But what do you do then? Like, you have no hand? Like...
Yeah. We need like so many things to go right here, and just nothing is going right for us.
I'm just going to concede. Like, we've already lost this one.
Yeah. Okay, the opponent got us.
That was still a really good match. Like, sometimes you lose and it's still a good match. I think this was a good match. Unfortunately, we're 2-2. That's a real
I'm not unhappy about losing that one.
Yeah. Let's just win match number 5, Alex. You good with that?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, match 5 coming up. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist. The 5th and final match, we are facing Nuclear Atom, or if you're George W. Bush, Nuclear Atom. No idea what they're playing.
Yeah, but I want to put this Echo Eons on this deck, Bryant. How do you feel about that?
I mean, we didn't play triple Echo to not put one on the stack on turn 1.
Yeah, let's do it.
Dark Ritual. Oh, baby. You see that, Alex?
Oh, yeah. And this Mishra's Bobble is way better than Ponder, too. Let's see, they on F6. Uh-oh.
They did. I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah. Besides, their hand doesn't do anything else.
5 mana floating. We draw 7 cards. So by keeping that Bobble in play, we now have Metalcraft.
Oh. And what does that Metalcraft let us do, Bryant?
It makes us so we can tap this Mox Opal for a red mana, Alex.
Ah. This appears to be 10 Storm.
You know what you can do with 10 Storm?
Tendrils.
Boom!
Tendrils. Let's go!
We could have used a Bobble there, but our opponent was pretty quick to concede anyway. So, honestly, I think we just resubmit.
Okay, let's run it back.
You know, a win that fast feels pretty good after that last round. When we finished recording, it said 45 minutes and the unedited round clock, and it was draining. Here, we've opened up another terrific hand.
Yep, this Brainstorm card is great.
That was one thing I really missed about the Rakdos Relay list, Alex, is I almost called you Adam for some reason. I think I was reading our opponent's name and, like, I don't know. I'm not going to make up any excuses, but I think that's what happened. But there was a couple of points in that video where I realized that I missed Brainstorm. And with this list, you do get access to Brainstorm and Triple Echo. Gemstone Mine. Are you on Dredge? Lotus Petal. Are you playing 2011 TES? Ah, okay.
Dark Depths.
We happen to
Rainbow
know
Dust.
Tom Hep very well. Tom would be very happy. Play out these pair of diamonds. Actually, I guess I should have played around Force of Vigor. Alright, let's brainstorm now. Awkward. Play around Stifle.
Yeah, when we have the Veils in hand, we're much less concerned about discard spells. And it feels like our opponent isn't really doing anything other than trying to go really fast here, so...
There's the Dark Depths. I believe we're dead unless we draw probably, I don't know, like Burning Wish, Wish Claw.
We can't draw anything anyway because we're brainstorming. Oh no, we shuffled. Yeah, I mean we could draw Echo. We have like 11 draws in the deck here, plus 3 brainstorms that are redraws. So
Okay, they got us.
Yep.
So now we know what they're on.
Like Chain of Vapor, please.
I do not like Galvanic Relay here. How do you feel about Opposition Agent versus the Dark Depths deck with crop rotation and some other stuff?
I guess it's fine, but is that really what the matchup is about? Or is like Collector Roof a card that's like much more impactful, and having another removal spell for Collector Roof is better?
So you want the decay? I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Sure thing. Submit. Alright. We're on the play, so we want an explosive hand. This doesn't do it. This is a turn 1 Echo. I'm down.
Okay.
Bottom, the... So you have to choose between imprinting, Burning Wish, or Chain of Vapor. I think I'd rather imprint Chain of Vapor.
Yeah.
Play out the Chrome Mox. Let's see if they try to Force of Vigor this with the imprint trigger on the stack. They do not. We will fetch. I think we want a Badlands here, Alex. What do you think?
Badlands is perfectly fine.
Why are you falling asleep? It's not even 6 p.m. Come on.
I fried my brain on the last match, Bryant. I haven't had dinner yet. I need to eat.
Kids these days. Activate the Wishclaw Talisman. We'll go get a Lion's Eye Diamond. Spin that wheel. Floating a black mana. From 5.
Okay.
So we can play out a Wishclaw. This would definitely be one of those spots where you think to yourself, like, oh, if only Ad Nauseam was in my deck.
Yep.
We have to pass the turn. Next turn, we could get a little tricky with like a Chain of Vapor Relay. Or we brought out Relay.
I was just about to say the same thing and then had the same realization, so... Yeah, not having Ad Nauseam definitely hurts the combo mirrors. So...
Thespian Stage.
Stage for the opponent.
Ooh,
what are you
using
getting?
The Wishclaw. Or, yeah, so I wonder if they're going to get Force of Vigor here, then plan on trying to use it in their upkeep. Or do you think they went and got Flusterstorm?
I think Pithing Needle is an option too.
Oh, well, we have the chain for that. Oh, well, we have chain for that too.
Yep.
Oof. All right, it's time to try to figure out how to win.
Well, I guess we can Echo again.
That is true.
About the only thing we have, right?
Play out this Bobble. I believe
this is a game where you're feeling the lack of Ad Nauseam for sure.
Oh, definitely. Bounce the Collector Roof. They may sacrifice Thespian Stage to copy. They do not. Okay, so we can activate the Claw. Go get Diamond. This would have been an Ad Nauseam here from 18. Instead, we are pressured to Echo.
I wonder if we missed a line where we could have picked up all of our artifacts, replayed, and then natural tendrils.
I believe we would have been short on mana, but also you only get to pick up 2 artifacts.
Yeah, I think we would have been short storm, so...
I did think about that, but I just thought that we were too far away, both mana and lands. It was definitely on my radar. Okay, from 4. And we'll add 3 blue. Flashback this Echo, Storm 5. Opponent's posturing a lot. They removed a Spirit Guide. Crop rotation. So that's interesting because that says that they could have protected that Collector Roof if they had left Sajiri Step in their deck. And they didn't. They pick up a Dark Depths. That's an interesting one. Because they could have gotten a 5-color land in case they drew into Flusterstorm. Ooh, okay. Alex, what's your catchphrase recently?
Heuristic?
No, well, yes, that word you use all the time. I was going to make a joke about if only we had main deck Tendrils. This would actually be a win.
If only we had main deck Tendrils. I guess we get to spin again if we want. But I don't know if that's worth it.
I think I'm down.
Okay.
Lion's Eye Diamond. So usually one of the things that's nice about having triple main deck Echo is having relays to follow them up. In case you fizzle, you can relay for 15 or whatever. Here we boarded out all of our relays, and it's actually kind of biting us in the butt.
Yeah. I wonder if we missequenced slightly here by playing out the LED.
Oh, you're right. You were right. Think we're just dead?
I guess we can crack for red and Burning Wish for something.
It's only Storm. We only have 2 mana, so it'd have to be nothing. We can't do anything. We can get a Brainstorm.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I don't know what we're brainstorming into, but...
Yeah, you're right. I definitely missequenced. That was so bad.
We could just get the last Echo and hope that we draw mana to hardcast it off of our 2 draws with the Bauble and the whatever else.
Yeah. They could also like potentially discard us.
Yeah, that's the other thought. And like they don't have a ton of mana here because the Dark Depths doesn't make mana.
Jukabog.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, I definitely could have played this game better.
But yeah, I think that this is a game that shows why you kind of need the Ad Nauseam and can't be on just Echo as a plan, especially without the main deck Tendrils. Like you need one of the 2 cards. I think on average, Ad Nauseam is the better Magic the Gathering card.
I would agree. This was sort of like a culmination of like a number of things, right? Like we don't have the main deck Tendrils, we don't have the main deck Ad Nauseam, we boarded out Relay. So now we're just stuck spinning draw 7s, praying that one of them is good enough to win the game.
Yeah, and we're not even like netting resources off them most of the time.
It's worth noting that if our opponent plays a discard spell here, they have the Bazooka Bog to exile the Echo.
Yeah, that's why I kind of groaned when we saw that, but we'll see if they see that. I don't think it's 100% clear that opponent makes that play, but they might just be overwhelmed with all these demonic tutors in play.
Been there.
Yeah, we have a good friend who was playing a CDH tournament and forgot that they could use demonic tutor to find brain freeze while they had an active underworld breach. Just got completely overwhelmed.
Happens to the best of us.
Yep.
They sacrifice a Lotus Petal. Vampire Hexmage.
So opponent has decided to not disrupt us at all so far and to just put lethal into play. They haven't played their land yet, but we'll see what happens. I guess that this says that they don't have an untapped land, right? Oh, they do. They could have put Collector Roof into play.
Yeah.
Getting our Underground Sea Wasteland is kind of annoying.
I mean, we're pretty much on draw LED or bust anyway.
Yeah. Oh, the Rite of Flame would have done it if we had the Underground Sea.
You're correct.
Wow.
So, Alex,
Brutal.
After that tremendous start to the league, the wheels fell off. We went a grand total of 2 and 3. What did you think of triple Echo, triple Relay?
I think the sideboard map doesn't quite work out. I think you need to like have sets of 3s for sideboard cards and like better plans. We need to board out one of Echo and or Relay. And we didn't really have that. The sideboard's not really set up to map into this. So I think we'd have to do some work there. But like not having Ad Nauseam in the common matchups just felt miserable. Like we just didn't have anything like to slam the door shut once we were advantaged.
I would agree.
Like it's really hard to actually win the game with Echo with this setup. Especially compared to something like the Epic Gamble where they just get to keep going with Gamble, which is a lot cheaper than Wishclaw Talisman. So
Yeah, I think if you told me that could play a match of Magic for $1 million, what list would I play? I'd probably just run 13-4.
Yeah.
I think that this is likely where we want to be. The Triple Echo was a fun experiment. Rakdos Relay was a lot of fun to record, if we'll click over. But you'll notice that this list had the main deck Tendrils to support Triple Echo, where Triple Echo TES doesn't, and things were just a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any final thoughts, Alex?
No, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on, Bryant. Remember to follow the channel, like, subscribe, do all those engagement things, leave a comment.
And thank you once again to James Heck for the donation deck. James, we appreciate you and your love for pizza. Alex, once again, where can the fans find you?
You can find me on theepicstorm.com, twitter.com/Ravaris for as long as Twitter still exists, and the Storm Discord.
Cool. Everyone, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed Triple Echo the Epic Storm. Keep storming and have a terrific day. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.